Hey guys, iSword here, and what I wanted to do today was, I don't know, throw something into the mix here that I haven't really done too much of before. Well, I guess I've done a little bit of it, but yeah, I wanted to put a little bit of a vlog up on my channel. I want to start doing it, maybe mix it in with the normal Let's Play stuff that I do. You know, just to have a little bit more to do with myself. And I always love talking about video game related things. So I thought, hey, why not create this place where I could just throw my 2 cents in on, you know, news about the day. So, what I wanted to talk about today was the fact that Nintendo decided to announce that they were making a new 3DS model. And it wasn't, they actually had a full Nintendo Direct, but it was Japan only. So you couldn't watch it if you were, well, you could watch it, but you know, they didn't advertise it outside of Japan. And as you can see from the pictures I'll display, it's basically, it's the same, you know, it's nothing drastic. It's not a completely new DS. That's not what they did. What they did was, as you can see from the picture I'm going to show here, they put another, I guess you could call it a thumbstick, above the face buttons. But it's not really a thumbstick. It's more like a nub, like the kind of nub that older laptops used to have that you could use for a mouse. That's exactly what it looks like. So there's that. Instead of just actually putting a whole nother, like they could have moved the A, B, X, Y buttons down and just had a full stick. I don't know why they didn't just do that. But yeah, it's gonna have that, which I know is nothing for to be releasing a new 3DS over, but they've added a lot more. What else they decided to do was, well, the main thing they did was they increased the overall power of the processor, meaning they put in a whole new one. This is good and bad. It's good because obviously games will probably look a little better, run a little bit, maybe not look a little, but definitely run better. They'll be able to release, you know, better games, bigger games on the 3DS, which is awesome. The problem that you're gonna have now, though, is you're gonna have games that can only run on the new 3DS, which is kind of a problem because, like, I just bought the XL model that came out last year with Pokemon X and Y, the red one, which I love. I think it's awesome. Now that's basically more or less is going to be useless because I'm pretty sure their plan is to start phasing out the old 3DS models and start, all their games are probably going to be, you know, new 3DS only. Speaking of which, that's what they're calling this thing, the new 3DS. I don't know why they couldn't think of a better name, but that's what it's called. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And that's the one little thing that bothers me. You also have to assume that the average consumer, i.e., grandma buying a video game for little Joey, is not going to understand the difference between 3DS and new 3DS, and then is going to wind up buying something they don't want and then going back to the store and complaining, and you're gonna cause a lot of confusion. And I see this being a huge problem because things like this are already problems in video game stores. But more importantly, they're not releasing it yet. So I mean, it's not, they're not outdating you just yet. You'll be okay for now. What else did they put? They also put in this model is going to have the ability to scan the Amiibo figures, which I'll show a picture here. It'll have it built in. In order to do it on an existing 3DS, you're going to need an add-on, which kind of sucks because I figured you could have just used the touchscreen, but I guess not. So this is going to have that ability built into the 3DS, so you don't need anything else like that, you know? So that works, but I don't know, I'm not too crazy about the Amiibo thing. I never have been. I mean, it's a cool little feature. Maybe for the younger audience, I think it's really cool, but for someone like me, I don't really see anybody in my age group buying it, unless it's just to collect them. If you want to collect the little figures, that's cool. But I mean, I don't see it having that much impact on gameplay. But that's another discussion for another day, I suppose. They also added 2 more shoulder buttons. So you have LR and then you have ZL and ZR, which is welcome because you always need 4 shoulder buttons, especially in this day and age. Can't have too many shoulder buttons. Well, you can. Let's not add 12 of them. But And you can see here, they moved the location of the SD card slot, and they went from SD to micro SD, which is cool, I guess. I guess it's good for them for saving space. But for me, it kind of pisses me off because I mean, I don't have any. I mean, you could just go right to the store and buy one. But I had like a mountain of SD cards in my house. I don't really have any micros. So that's the only thing that kind of bothers me. I know it'll come with one, but still. Or rather, it should come with one. I haven't read here if it's gonna come with one. And they also changed. If you look in the same picture, they also changed the location of where the 3DS game actually goes. They moved it from the top to the bottom, which I don't really understand why they did that. And I don't think it's that big of a change. But yeah, they did that. Also, technically, the new 3DS is going to be marginally bigger. And when I say marginally, look at this picture. 0.5 millimeters bigger. Or rather, wider. And then 4 millimeters longer. Really? You're not looking at them. If you have both 3DSs, you're barely gonna notice it. You're not gonna notice it at all. It's stupid. I don't, and they're marketing it as, oh, look how much bigger it is. Really not. I mean, the size thing is kind of unnecessary. What I do like, though, I guess aesthetically, is the fact that the color of the white version is the color of the original Super Nintendo controller, the Japanese version. That's really cool. They haven't really made a reference to the Super Nintendo in a long time, so that's pretty cool. So far, America is not getting this 3DS. We're not getting it till at least 2015, which I think is smart on Nintendo's part because you still have two Pokemon games coming out. You got Ruby and Sapphire, the remakes coming out. You have Smash Brothers coming out, which they totally want to sell. So they're not going to go ahead and shoot themselves on the... Well, I mean, the old games definitely have to be compatible. You know, you have that. So you have stuff coming out. So I think releasing it too early, releasing it like, you know, in September or October would be stupid. Because you'd kind of be defeating your own purpose. You want what remaining games you have for the 3DS to come out and sell and have decent lifespans and make decent money for you. So we definitely won't be getting it till at least 2015. Though actually, looking here, it's coming out in Japan on October 11th, which like I just said, is stupid. I don't see why it needs to come out that early. I mean, cool that you want to release a new model and everything, but October's a little early. I don't see a need for it, but I'm sure it'll sell. It'll always sell. I know when it comes out here in the States, I'm buying one. I'll be there day one. Because, you know, I'm just that kind of a person. Aside from that, I don't think there is too much more. Oh, price point. They have a regular sized version and then the XL version. So the regular size is going to be 16,000 yen, which is about 160 bucks. And then the XL version is going to be 18,000 yen, which is about 180 bucks. So there's that. That's actually a pretty good price point. I got to give it that. I'm pretty okay with that. Yeah, that's about it on the details of the new 3DS. I don't know why they decided to release that. They just released the 2DS too. I don't see what they're doing here, trying to push more hardware. I really don't, because first of all, you have a console, you have a full home console that's failing on you right now. Absolutely fucking failing. I mean, it's selling, but it's not doing what it should in terms of being the product of $1 billion corporation. It should be making way more money. And instead of focusing all your resources on making that a success and bringing that up so that you stop hemorrhaging money over this project, you decide to release another 3DS, which the 3DS as it by itself is doing fine. You don't need to do that. It kind of confuses me. Also, the one game they announced for the quote new 3DS is a port of the Wii game Xenoblade Chronicles, which everybody flipped out over and everybody thought it was awesome. To be honest, I never got around to playing it myself. The main reason was it had a very limited run, a limited print run, that is. So it was kind of hard to find, and now I think it's kind of expensive. So I really haven't tried to get back into it, try to get a copy and play it. But I definitely do want to play it. But see, that's my exact point. Why you have a game like that is gonna sell, that people want to play, because the first time it came out, not a lot of people got to play it because of the way it was released. You have the Wii U that's doing terribly. It's on life support. It needs help. You decide, oh, you know what? Xenoblade Chronicles will definitely sell if we re-release it. Why don't we re-release it? Beautiful idea. Put it on the Wii U. It'll sell units. Guaranteed it'll sell units. It just reinforces the belief that I've had about Nintendo over the past years. Well, past few years. That is, they care way too much about the 3DS. And that's not a bad thing. You need to care about everything that you have on the market. You want it to succeed. You need to do the right things with it for it to succeed so you make money. The problem is, the 3DS, we all know it had a rocky start. But it rose up and it sold a lot because it's the Nintendo 3DS. As soon as Pokemon came around, it was done. That's what they needed. Well, it was actually way before Pokemon, to be honest, but that definitely helped it on its way. But they haven't done anything like that for the Wii U. Yeah, they're releasing good games every now and then, but they're not showing it the support it needs in order to succeed. Every time, you know how many games come out on the 3DS that would be perfect for Wii U, that should be on Wii U because they would help it sell, and we all want a full console version? How about before Donkey Kong Country Tropical Breeze came out, they ported Donkey Kong Country Returns to the 3DS. Why would you do that when you could have ported it to the Wii U and brought all those potential sales over to the Wii U? I don't understand their business practices, and even if they even have a business plan, I don't see what they're trying to do here. It confuses me a lot. I'd like to talk to somebody from one of the big shots from Nintendo, which I never will, just to see what they're up to, because it's so weird the decisions they make. They do it. It's not like they've done it with one game. They do it over and over and over and over. And it's like, oh well, you know what? The Wii U doesn't need to succeed. We want the 3DS to succeed. It's like, it makes you think that all those things you read on the internet about people saying, oh well, you know what? I think Nintendo is going to stop making home consoles, and just go for the portable market entirely. It makes you believe that that's what they want to do. They're shooting their home console product in the foot on purpose, so that the 3DS does better and better and better and better until it's their highest selling product ever, and they could just stop making home consoles altogether. That's what it feels like they're trying to do. And maybe I just solved the mystery. Maybe now I know what they're doing. Because if they're honestly not, if they really want to keep making home consoles, they're not really showing it. So, there you have it. Nintendo's releasing a new DS sometime in the near future in America. October 11th. Over there in Japan. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit better, a little bit stronger. And that's about it. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's the right thing for Nintendo to do, or if it's the wrong thing. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.